Does eating pineapple actually change your semen? Is there a supplement that can double your volume overnight? And why does it seem like some guys produce so much more than others? Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about semen volume, what actually works, what's a total myth, and the 2 simple changes that the research actually backs up. If you want more content like this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because we go deep into questions like this every single week. And honestly, this is one of the most requested topics I get. So let's get right into it. First, let's talk about why semen volume even matters to people, because I think this is worth addressing before we go anywhere else. A lot of the time when someone asks me about this, what they're really asking is one of 2 things. Either they're worried something is wrong with their body, or they want to feel like they're performing better during sex. And both of those are completely valid reasons to want to know more. So let's separate fact from fiction. Semen volume, on average, is somewhere between 2 to 5 milliliters per ejaculation. That's roughly a teaspoon or so. Now, I know that might sound small compared to what you see in certain videos online, but keep in mind, a lot of that is, let's just say, creatively enhanced. Real, normal, healthy semen volume is genuinely just a small amount. And that is completely fine. Less than 1.5 milliliters consistently might be something to get checked out, but otherwise, the range of normal is honestly pretty wide. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because there's this whole online culture, especially on forums like Reddit, around what people call nut maxing. Basically, guys trying to maximize their ejaculate volume through supplements, diet tricks, and routines. And I've looked into a lot of these claims because people ask me constantly, does this actually work? So let's go through the popular ones first, and then I'll tell you the 2 things that the actual research supports. Myth number 1. Pineapple juice makes your semen sweeter and increases volume. This one's everywhere online. So here's the truth. Your diet can influence the taste of your semen to some degree. Foods that are higher in natural sugars may make things taste slightly sweeter, while things like alcohol, cigarettes, red meat, and processed foods can make it taste more bitter or intense. But taste is not volume. Pineapple juice is not going to meaningfully increase how much semen you produce. That part is a myth. Myth number 2. Certain supplements can dramatically boost your volume. Now, this is where I want to be really careful because there is a booming industry built around this exact promise. You'll see supplement stacks online claiming to multiply your semen volume using ingredients like zinc, maca root, L-arginine, or tonkat ali. Let's talk about tonkat ali specifically for a second because it comes up constantly. It's an herbal extract from Malaysia, and the theory behind it is that it may reduce sex hormone binding globulin, which means more free testosterone is available in your body. There are a handful of studies on this, mostly small trials with young, healthy men, usually lasting only a few weeks to a couple of months. Some of them did show modest improvements in free testosterone, but here's the catch. These were small sample sizes, short study periods, and testosterone naturally fluctuates by as much as 15 to 20% day to day, even without any intervention. On top of that, in the sexual health research space in general, we consistently see a placebo response rate of around 40%. That means 4 out of 10 guys will report feeling better just from taking a pill, regardless of whether it actually contains an active ingredient. So when someone tells you a supplement transformed their semen volume, there's a very real chance that's placebo, natural variation, or both. Now, that's not me saying every supplement is useless, but I want you to understand why the evidence for dramatically increasing semen volume through pills is so much weaker than people online make it sound. And remember, this entire industry is largely unregulated. Supplement companies don't need FDA approval the same way medications do, so they don't need to fund large, rigorous trials before making bold claims on a label. So if the pineapple trick is a myth, and most supplements are shaky at best, what actually works? This is where we get to the 2 simple changes that the research genuinely supports. Change number 1, hydration. This sounds sounds almost too simple, but it's honestly one of the most overlooked factors. Semen is made up mostly of fluid, produced largely by your seminal vesicles and prostate gland. If your body is dehydrated, that fluid production goes down, plain and simple. Think of it like this. Your body prioritizes hydration for essential functions first. Things like your blood volume, your organs, your brain. Semen production is not high on that priority list. So if you're chronically a little bit dehydrated, which a lot of people are without even realizing it, your body simply isn't going to have the extra fluid available to maximize that production. The fix here is straightforward. Aim for consistent hydration throughout the day, not just chugging a glass of water right before sex. That's not how it works. Your body needs time to actually process and utilize that fluid. Aim for around half your body weight in ounces of water daily as a general guideline, and pay attention to your urine color. Pale yellow is what you're looking for. If you're someone who drinks a lot of caffeine or alcohol, know that those are diuretics, meaning they actually pull fluid out of your system, so you'll want to compensate with extra water intake. Change number 2, and this one surprises people, is your ejaculation frequency, specifically the amount of time between ejaculations. The longer it's been since your last ejaculation, whether that's from masturbation or sex, the more semen volume you're likely to produce the next time. This happens because your seminal vesicles and prostate are continuously producing and storing fluid between ejaculations. The more time that passes, the more volume accumulates. Now, I want to be really clear here. This doesn't mean you need to abstain for weeks at a time. And honestly, there's no evidence that extreme, prolonged abstinence provides ongoing benefits beyond a certain point, usually around 2 to 5 days. Some research on sperm health specifically has actually shown that going too long without ejaculating can reduce sperm motility, meaning how well your sperm move, even though it might increase volume slightly. So if you're specifically trying to conceive, this is a different conversation, and you'd want to talk to a fertility specialist about the ideal timing for your specific situation. But if your goal is simply to notice a difference in volume for whatever personal reason, waiting a few days between ejaculations combined with good hydration is genuinely the combination that the evidence points to, far more than any supplement stack you'll find online. Now, I do want to add some perspective here because I think it's important. When you look at actual research on what partners value during sex, semen volume ranks incredibly low on the list of priorities. Most partners report that what actually matters to them is connection, whether their partner is present and engaged, and whether they themselves are having a satisfying experience. So if this is something you're chasing because you think it'll impress a partner, I'd really encourage you to have an honest conversation with them first, because you might find out this isn't something they're focused on at all. That said, if this is something you're curious about for your own confidence or curiosity, that's completely valid too. And now you actually know what the evidence supports. I also want to touch on the bigger picture here, because semen volume doesn't exist in isolation from your overall health. The same lifestyle factors that improve your testosterone, your energy, your libido, and your overall sexual function are the same ones that support healthy semen production. That means quality sleep, resistance training, a diet rich in antioxidants and healthy fats, managing chronic stress, and avoiding excessive alcohol or smoking. These pillars matter so much more than any single trick or supplement, because they're addressing the actual systems in your body responsible for producing that fluid in the first place, rather than trying to hack around them. I always tell my patients, and I say this to my own audience constantly, there is no shortcut that outperforms the basics. Hydration, adequate recovery time between ejaculations, and overall metabolic health. That combination will do more for you than anything you'll find in a flashy online supplement stack. If you're dealing with something more specific, like unusually low volume, pain during ejaculation, or a sudden change in your semen that's concerning you, Please don't just try to self-treat that with supplements or online advice. That's something worth getting evaluated by a doctor because it could be a sign of something like a hormonal imbalance, a blockage, or an infection that needs actual medical attention. My colleague, Dr. Ava Carter, always says the same thing to her patients. Your body's changes are information, not something to just quietly work around. So to sum it all up, hydration and spacing out your ejaculations are the two changes with real evidence behind them. Everything else, the pineapple juice, the miracle supplements, the extreme routines you see online, is mostly noise, myth, or placebo dressed up as science. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe because we're covering more topics just like this one, breaking down what's actually true in the world of sexual health versus what's just internet noise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.